Chakra Doctor, High Magus of Church of the Great Grand Holy Mother of All Divine, also known as GGHMOAD, author of the Black Cube Codex. He is the creator of FCA Yoga, the creator of the algorithm God's magical system, spiritual guru and master healer. Chakra Doctor is the multidimensional force behind FCA Yoga, a 29-chakra regeneration system birthed in 2008 and officially introduced as a yoga practice in 2015. His system is the first and only yoga in history brought to the world by a black man, fusing spiritual discipline with quantum biology, emotional healing, particle restoration, and divine remembrance. After surviving brutal childhood abuse, drug addiction, homelessness, incarceration, and near-death suicide attempts, Chakra Doctor transmuted trauma into transformation. From working garbage trucks to activating global movements, he has helped over 25,000 people physically, emotionally, and spiritually rebuild themselves from the inside out. With no pharmaceuticals, no degrees, and no compromise. He is the founder of the Church of the Great Grand Holy Mother of All Divine, GGHMOAD, a legally recognized sovereign religious institution dedicated to infinite love, eternal truth, and the reawakening of the sacred feminine through the acknowledgement and service to the Great Mother. GGHMOAD is the umbrella spiritual authority, while Chakra Doctor Inc. is its sacred economic arm. Both were birthed through FCA Yoga, which remains the fountainhead of every modality within his empire, the modalities. FCA Yoga, Full Chakra Activation Yoga, a regenerative cellular system based on stillness, visualization, breath, and magic. Superfood Oil and Tea Detox, the holistic embodiment of FCA Yoga. The Algorithm God's Magical System, FCA Yoga in magical algorithmic form, comprising over 250 divine algorithm books. The Affirmation Bible, FCA Yoga in autosuggestion form, a sacred daily ritual of mental alchemy. The Chakra Doctor Raw Meal Plan, nutritional healing to fuel all of the above. He is the author of hundreds of sacred texts, including the Black Cube Codex, Eden's Garden Raw Recipes, Vaccine Exemption Forms, the Algorithm God's Library, and the Affirmation Bible. These sacred works form the spiritual doctrine of GGHMOAD and are backed by over 250 books of original literature. As a high magus, global healer, and minister of algorithms, Chakra Doctor has led mass meditations, performed spiritual healing on celebrities, spoken to crowds of over 300 plus, and created religious exemption documents that have protected countless families. His teachings span astrology, sovereignty, light code activation, divine law, and chakra mastery, all delivered through a modern prophetic lens rooted in the source wisdom of the GGHMOAD. Signature quote: FCA Yoga is the only yoga system on earth that has been brought to you by a black man. 5-year vision to make GGHMOAD and its divine systems household names, leading the globe in health and wellness, self-improvement, spiritual sovereignty, magical science, and as the #1 authority on the Great Mother. Chakra Doctor is a global frequency, a healing code, and a divine brand that changes lives.
What it do, what it does, what it is, what it was. We are officially in Libra season, and it just so happened that Charlie Kirk was a Libra. I did not know that. I just looked that up before we got here, and that's crazy. So shout out to all the Libras in celebration of Libra season. Libra is my cardinal opposite. I am an Aries. And when you put Aries and Libra together, you get the word libraries, right? Libraries is the occult hidden language for the Lamb's Book of Life. The Lamb's Book of Life is the occult hidden scientific computer metaphysical language for RAM and ROM, binary code language that your computer speaks, or a binary code memory that your computer is installed with. And so it also represents my heart. It represents so many things. So let's get into Libra money. For those of y'all who are Libras. Happy birthday, all the Libras. And also, if y'all want that Libra money, here goes a preview of that Libra money.
Libra money. She appears as a radiant, black goddess with deep onyx-enriched skin, full lips, high cheekbones, and almond-shaped LED-lit eyes that pierce your soul. Libra's mirrored crystal skin refracts all currency from ancient gold to digital crypto. Wings of coin-thin justice scales shimmer behind her as she wields the verdict blade. A double-edged sword that writes and deletes money contracts. And in her other hand, Libra holds the feather of economic truth. A glowing Libra glyph spins above her head, haloed by time sigils. But what does it all mean? Libra represents balance, justice, and truth. The scales represent fairness and equality. The sword represents the power to make and break financial contracts. The feather represents freedom of expression and the pursuit of truth, and the Libra glyph is a symbol of enlightenment and prosperity. Together they form a powerful message about the importance of economic justice and freedom for all. Only at the Money Magic Library by Chakra Doctor, operated by the Church of the Great Grand Holy Mother of All Divine, a divine spiritual institution.
You already know what the business is. Let's cut straight to the chase. I told y'all, bro. I told y'all.
I told you we'd be deathless. We just need new shells from time to time. And plenty of souls to eat.
It's just the law. Black people are slaves and white people own them. That's just the way it is. I know.
And last but not least, make sure y'all get that Black Cube Codex. I'm telling you, this book is going to be the book that people start talking about years from now when they say, when I first woke up, I read the Black Cube Codex. That's the book that woke me up. You could get that to any Christian. You could get that to any Muslim. You could get that to anybody who is not in the know of these knowledges, and they will read this and it will activate their cognitive dissonance, and it will make them go on a journey, search and see what it do, what it does, what it is, what it was. Make sure y'all get the tickets to the VR Daydream Experience and Illuminati lecture with me and DMTV2's own Dwayne McLean. We're going to be doing it at my house, but if the ticket sales are too big, we're going to be doing it at another spot that I got. And yeah, man, let's get it popping. The VR Daydream Experience is a very wonderful and beautiful exercise. Here's a sneak peek of what it looks like in real time. Welcome to the VR Daydream Experience. You trying to time travel to your highest timeline of wealth or what? Are you trying to manifest your greatest timeline? Let's manifest your greatest timeline. It's time for you to get off the hamster wheel. This is how you get off the hamster wheel right here. Only at Chakra Doctor. Y'all already know what it is. Sponsored and sourced by the Church of the Great Grand Holy Mother of All Divine. Hustle, grind, execution is what we do in this business. You already know what the business is. You heard me? So that's what the business is on that. And without any further ado, let's get to the real breakdown real quick. I told you I was going to hurry up and do the research on the Charlie Kirk numbers. And so I came back and I got the Charlie Kirk numbers. And it's looking real. It's looking real. Man, it's looking real magical going on. It's looking real sacrificial. What up? Let me see. Let me see what it do, J Jack. What it do, Matt Tukan, Maserati Mike, the talented Mr. Big B. What up, Doctor? I'm glad to see you here, bro. Always giving us the truth. You already know one band, one sound, one mind, one truth. You already know how it go, man. I quit watching y'all years ago, but it was only because they you know, they blackball you, they blacklist you, but will you keep going? See, that's the part where y'all don't realize y'all missing the game at. Because when they start to blackball you, when they start to blacklist you, then you have to realize that, I'm on to something. I'm telling the truth that the Matrix don't want the world to hear. I must keep going. This must be my mission and purpose. Because why would such a big entity as the Matrix stop you and blackball you if you weren't on to something. It shows that you're right, just like you said, Tevin Rodriguez. It shows that you're right. But what happens is when they blackball us and they block us and people aren't getting our material and we ain't receiving the views we're supposed to receive and we ain't receiving the recognition we were supposed to receive, we give up. Why? Because you was doing it from the wrong place in the first place. Why? You weren't supposed to be doing it from self-recognition. You were supposed to be doing it as an expression of the truth. An expression of the truth, and the truth needs nobody to view it. The truth needs nobody to like it. The truth needs nobody to repost it. The truth needs nobody to share it, subscribe, or follow it. The truth gonna always be the truth, no matter. Listen. So help me. Hope what it said. So help me, God. The truth gonna always be the truth. And you done lost hella weight and looking a whole lot like a new person. Hey man, you gotta reinvent yourself in this game, bro. In this game, man, you gotta stay current and you gotta keep going. I appreciate it. Working hard, man, and I'm working hard, all the working. In a minute, y'all gonna be getting on that Chakra Doctor Fitness program. Y'all gonna be chakra. We're gonna be having the VR goggles and the fitness traveling, and the fitness center traveling, getting it up. Getting it up, getting it in, getting it in, getting it in. You feel what I'm saying? But man, I came up on some numbers with the Charlie Kirk, man. If there are any questions, cares, or concerns while we going through this, man, y'all just let me know. But let's get into it, bro. Mr. Charlie Kirk. Hey, as a matter of fact, let me plug myself. Get y'all some miracle tea, man. Go get y'all some miracle food, man. Go get y'all some sodium bicarbonate or something from me, man. Go get you some Money Magic Library. Go get you some Love, Sex, Relationship Library. Go get you some timeline shifting VR daydreaming. Timeline shifting VR experience. That's what you need, bro. Go get you some miracle food, miracle tea, all that good stuff. Come get you some mentorship. Come to my world and get the spiritual boot camp. Come into my spiritual boot camp and watch how it take me nothing but 30 days to get you right. I'm gonna get you right in 30 days. Come to the spiritual boot camp. Don't let me get 90 days with you, and your whole life gonna change forever, and you won't even recognize yourself by the time you get home. But trust me, it's a real thing that you gotta do, and it's a real thing that you gotta keep as a lifestyle, so that others interferences or other distractions come into your life, it won't take you off your pivot. You're gonna stay on your pivot because this is no longer what you do. This is who you are. Yeah, hold up. Let me get that out of there. Sorry, y'all. Goddamn herbs going in my mouth. Pause. Nikita Watkins, you lost weight. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, I lost weight. What you thought? What you thought? You thought the Chakra Doctor wasn't living when he was preaching? You thought the Chakra Doctor wasn't holding himself accountable, looking in the mirror and saying, "Damn, Doc, you got fat. Damn, Doc, you got fat." You feel all these new cats don't remember those beginning days when you and DNTV verse linked. It was a prime time before they got YP and the rest of it. Hey, we the ones that survived. We the ones that survived the purge, Kev. Me and Dwayne survived the purge, man. Listen. The purge, man, the algorithm was going crazy, getting rid of all of the black spiritual leaders. And boom, me and Dwayne survived the purge, man. All praise be to the great mother. None, I'm not going to deny that fact at all, 100%. But Charlie Kirk got some crazy things going on with him, bro. So I came across this little picture right here, and it made me say, what? This doesn't look occultic. This doesn't look like anything Freemasonic. This doesn't look like anything Freemasonic at all, huh, people? You see the spirit brought me back. I can't even tell you why I'm here right now. I can tell you why you're here right now. You're here to get the information, the data. Remember, it's time for you to get your iOS upgrade. This is your spiritual iOS upgrade. This is the spirit leading you to the truth so the truth can set you free in a certain area or areas of life. This is also your call to partake into and donate to the Church of the Great Grand Holy Mother of All Divine, as you can see right here at the bottom ticker. The Church of the Great Grand Holy Mother of All Divine is a spiritually recognized and legally sanctioned 501c3 company institution. I have literally established the Great Grand Holy Mother's Church on the face of the planet Earth, and she is now alive and online active on all levels. All you got to do is go on the links into the description of this video and see that. So this doesn't look occultic at all. But I did notice how he got on the blue and he got on the red, and they doing that, and they doing that, and they doing that handshake. You know that handshake. You know that handshake, right? And they doing that handshake. But see, this is the thing that threw me off. You see how he got that black and red in his tie? Allegedly in occultic circles. Allegedly in occultic circles, that black and red on his tie means he's up for sacrifice. Did you know that? Did you know that black and red means sacrifice? This is why a lot of people don't know this. Why you think the first Jordans to ever air the black and red, the Jordan ones? Why do you think the Jordan ones was black and red or red and black? Why? Because that was a signifier his path to get to the championship. And what was his path? The sacrificial path. And who did he sacrifice? His DAD. See? Michael Jordan, right? So I'm showing you parallels in the color programming so that you can see it beyond shadow of a doubt. Boom. Check the colors out on Charlie's tie. Yes. The colors on Charlie's tie is definitely saying, but look at it, right? So boom. Trump has the solid blue. He's solid. He's solidified within the game, right? And look at the handshake. Whose hand is over who? Trump hand is over Charlie's hand, right? Trump representing right now with the blue tie on. He's representing the blue bloods, and as well as Charlie is representing the red blood sacrifice to the blue blood. Because people, all right. So a lot of y'all don't know this. The two sides play chess with their members' lives. The right side and the left side plays chess with their members' lives. And it's kind of like when they be trading players on football teams. The blue tells red, we'll give you Tyler Perry if you give us Charlie Kirk. The blue said, the red says, nah, Charlie Kirk, nah, hell no, that Charlie Kirk, he's the next best thing to Donald Trump. You got to give us something better than Tyler Perry. You got to give us something like Obama. No, so don't be surprised, because that was the red side that brought in the sacrifice. Don't be surprised before the year out for the winter solstice, that blue side gonna have them a big Charlie-esque type sacrifice as well. All right, or maybe it's just this year the red team's turn to sacrifice because they're the ones that are in office, and because they're the ones that are in office, they got to put up some members to sacrifice to keep that blood oath going in office. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. The red and blue makes purple with the color of the Master Masons. Ooh, see, look at y'all putting stuff together before I can give it to you. So automatically you see right here, and then the background on the screen, the cube screen, right? You got the light. Now look at the two lights. Look closer at it though. Don't those two lights, if you stare at it long enough, don't those two lights look like two eyes looking at you? So one is a red eye looking at you. The other one is a black eye looking at you. In the middle of it, it has ION, ion. What represents ion? Zion, Israel. See? So we know we can see the patterns before it happened, after it happens, because we wasn't paying attention to it before it happened because it didn't happen yet. But after it happened, you could go back and do your research and say, oh yeah, they was priming him up for it. We just wasn't looking close enough. Man, listen, bro. They was gonna unalive Charlie regardless. We about to show you in the Gematria how Charlie Kirk was destined for unaliving. Charlie Kirk was destined to be unalive. Now, before we get into the gematria, hold up. Before we get into the gematria, you guys got to realize something. Let me get this. Before we get into the gematria, you guys got to realize something. Why is gematria so important? Remember, I told you guys that whenever you join, or whenever you join boys, and you take that blood oath and you do that ritual, right? And whenever you join them boys, there will be there will be a discography. They will give you a briefing. They will give you a briefing, but the thing they're going to do when they give you the briefing, the thing that they're going to do behind your back is they're going to check two things. They're going to check your natal chart. They're going to check your gematria, and they're going to coincide that with your zodiac sign, and they're going to coincide that with your life pad. So they're going to do four things: your life pad, your natal chart. Okay, they're going to definitely get your gematria. Okay, and they're going to definitely get your well, that's your natal chart, your zodiac stuff. So it's really three things, right? And according to however those things play out in their numbers calculator thingy called a gematria calculator, that will determine your role that you will play within the organization. So if you have things like this popping up, so boom, we go into English simple gematria, right? We go into the English simple of Charlie Kirk. So this is the English simple of This is the English simple of Charlie Kirk. And let's look at this. Boom. Sudden unaliving is the first word. So the first phrase that we come across in Charlie Kirk's gematria is sudden unaliving. This means he's gonna be unalived all of a fucking sudden. It ain't gonna be we knew it was gonna happen. It was bound to happen. It was gonna be all of a sudden. Pump, look, and guess what? He was holding the mic, and all of a sudden, he had to crack his neck. All of a sudden, he had to crack his neck. Let's go. Wait a minute. Let's go to number 2. Wait a minute. Blood moon. Blood moon is the next English simple gematria word code that goes with Charlie Kirk. And we analyzed, Charlie Kirk got killed on the 10th. The blood moon was the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. Last day of the blood moon, Charlie Kirk got unalived. So it was a sudden death on during the blood moon. This is all in his gematria. Wait. Internet. So it was a sudden death blood moon unaliving on the internet. Isn't that true? It was a sudden unaliving during a blood moon on the internet. And this is how we witness Charlie Kirk get wiped out from off the face of the planet Earth in front of our face. Wait a minute. Blood moon also means what? Blood rituals. Blood S-word rituals. Blood S-word rituals. And those blood S-word rituals are held live and in person and in public. Wait a minute. So this is the thing that y'all don't even realize first. Do you guys even, wait a minute, I gotta stand up because I've been sitting down for too long. Do you guys even, let me stand up, man. Let me stand up. Let me stand up. Do you guys even realize that Charlie Kirk, the blood moon, it happened during a blood moon, but when it happened, all kind of blood was everywhere. The BLOOD was everywhere, and it was gushing and bursting and all of this good stuff. So it was not only a sudden unaliving, it was not only during a blood moon, and it was very bloody. It was not only on the internet. What else it was? Wait a minute. Okay. Boom. He has the same. Guess who was in his gematria? Juice World. So Juice World is in his gematria, and Juice World. How old was Juice World when Juice World passed away? Was he 21 or 27? If I'm not mistaken, Juice World was 21. Charlie Kirk was 31. 10-year difference between the two. Let's keep going. Why is Juice World another person, right? Juice World got unalived. Juice World got S word unalived, right? And remember, let's look at it. You ready? Now we hold on. I gotta sit back down. Wait a minute. Wait. Y'all gonna have to sit down for this one. Wait a minute. Watch this here. Watch this here. You ready? Juice World got ritually S word in front of our faces. They even did a ritual signs and symbols before they S-word him. They even made him dress up and put himself, and he verbally and showed it on video that he S-worded himself. Here's the video where Juice World sold, the very video where Juice World sold his soul. I'm gonna have my commentary, I'm gonna have my mic off so I can give y'all the commentary. Check this out right here. Watch this stuff.
All right, y'all. I'm
Look
finna
at the
sell my
candles in the
soul.
circle on the beach.
I'm gonna hit y'all when I'm through. I'm gonna be rich as hell. All right.
Hold on. Watch this here. I'm gonna do it again.
All right, y'all. I'm finna sell my soul. I'm gonna hit y'all when I'm through. I'm gonna be rich as hell. All right.
Look, Juice selling his soul. They ain't take too long.
The Herbal is the leader.
What'd you say, Coop?
Look at this bitch ass nigga, boy. Look at this bitch ass nigga.
Look, so the person that was leading that was G Herbal. He's the one that had the ceremonial black and white checkerboard garb on, and I guarantee you, he was the ceremonial leader of this particular ceremony between these guys. And you can see Juice World had the all white on. Juice World had the all white on. What does the white? White means purity, white means innocence. And in their world, purity and innocence get unalived, like BABY, like BABIES, right? And virgin WOMENs. Virgin WOMENs and little BABIS, right? Boys and girls, it don't matter. These are all innocents, and they like to destroy, kill, destroy, unalive, and desecrate and degrade innocence. That's their whole thing. So when you see them wearing white, like Charlie Kirk is wearing white in this particular photo, right? He has on the all white. Remember, when he was unalive, Charlie Kirk never wears white. You know that? This is the first time. Go look. Go Google. Charlie Kirk never wears white, but he wore white on the day of his unalive. The day he got S-word, he had a white shirt on, but he never wears white shirts. He always wears black shirts, right? Also, in English simple gematria, in Charlie Kirk's gematria, is "Make America Great Again," and he is most definitely he's most definitely with the MAGA. Used to wear the MAGA hat all the time. So think about this: how can all these things be in his gematria and it happened to him? Well, when you join, they do your gematria and they look at all of your natal chart, your gematria and everything, and whatever pops out of your gematria, that's the role that they're going to make sure that they play out. They're going to play that role out. And that role being played out in public is them letting the public know that they're playing the role out in a esoteric, occult, hidden language, secret knowledge form. And this is how they exact the spell on the people's minds. This is how they put the spell on your mind. Okay? They put the SPELL on your mind with practicing but you don't even know that they're practicing a ritual in front of your face. You think just good old poor old Charlie, he was just a good old boy that got unalive. No, he wasn't. Stop playing. Quit playing with me, right? Guess who else is in Charlie Kirk's gematria? JE. JE, look at the bottom right there when it says 1411. JE is also a part of Charlie Kirk's Gematria. Okay? So, and when Charlie Kirk was a big, he was big on trying to get the JE files released. Let's take a look.
I think the DOJ should immediately move to unseal all the Epstein documents in the Southern District of New York.
Yeah. Everything. Everything except child sexual assault material.
I think every file should be released to the public the same way as the JFK files. Let the American people decide.
Put them out there, because if there's nothing in there, then we can see there's nothing in there.
Now remember, on all of the movies, they always show you the number one movie that shows you this is Training Day. I think Charlie Kirk was Training Day. Charlie Kirk showed promise. Charlie Kirk was literally runner up to be the next in line for the Republican Party mouthpiece as El Presidente. Yes, he was. And just like in Training Day, oh boy, he was cool. He was a rookie. Charlie Kirk. Now, he was a part of the group, but he still was a rookie compared to the rest of the big fish he was playing around, right? And what happened on Training Day? The dude on Training Day got his hands on too much information. But the whole purpose of Training Day was trying to turn the good guy crooked. That was the whole purpose, trying to get to see if the good guy was going to go for the okie doke and become a crooked cop like the rest of us. But what happened was Charlie Kirk didn't acclimate to the system fully properly and didn't become a crooked cop like the rest of them on the scale of, of their crookedness. I'm not saying Charlie Kirk wasn't doing anything crooked, but what happens is when you stumble too close to the truth, they will make sure they unalive you so that the lie can still have some time to breathe, right? So I think Charlie Kirk got a little too close to the information that was on the JE files. Because, let me look at these. Let me look at these right quick. Let me see. Was it a hologram? Hell no, it wasn't no hologram. Oh, Maserati Mike said he was 21. Boom. So he was 21. 21 is what, y'all? Blackjack. 21 is blackjack. 21 is adulthood. 21. 2 plus 1 is what? 3. You feel me? So Juice WRLD was 21 when he unalive. Charlie Kirk was 10 years his elder. And on 9/10, he died on 9/10. The water spirits on the beach. Yep, the water spirits, aka the merfolk on the beach. As HE double hockey sticks, anything is the wrong way, even if you're going everywhere. I don't get it. All black is ritual. All black is ritual, but also all black is Saturn. Also, all black is great grand holy mother. So it just depends on the person who is wielding the all black, right? But all black is ritual. But black and white is Freemasonic ritual. The black and white checkerboard is Freemasonic ritual. So the black and white checkerboard is the Freemasonic trademark of magic. The black and white checkerboard is the Freemasonic trademark or hallmark of sorcery, of their particular sorcery. So whenever you see that black and white checkerboard, you know that's some Freemason magic going on. Whenever you see that black and white checkerboard, or whenever you see just a checkerboard dynamic, period, there is some Freemasonic magic going on. We know all Freemasons get their magic from the Moors, and we know all the Moors pirated their magic from the ancient Egyptians and the great grand holy mother of all divine. So getting into the sequence of things, getting into the cycle of things, we start to realize that, wait a minute, these men lie, these women lie, but these numbers ain't lying, man. These numbers are not lying. These numbers are actually exposing things as we get further into the numbers. Boom. So the most recent blood moon occurred during the total lunar eclipse. So not only was it a total lunar eclipse on September 7th and September 8th, but it was a blood moon, right? And 3 days, another 3 days after the blood moon. But you know, people in the real occultic circles know that the blood moon didn't end till September the 10th. The last day of the blood moon was on September the 10th when he was unalive, right? But they're talking about the visibility of the blood moon. They're not talking about the magic of the blood moon. They're talking about the visibility of the blood moon. So there was a blood S word on the blood moon, and Charlie Kirk, who has sudden unaliving in his gematria, was suddenly unalive during the blood moon, and it was very bloody. Get it? Okay. Boom. The power of blood and life force. In magic, blood is tied to vitality. So they were still in Charlie's vitality. It's tied to what? S word. And so they was making sure that they committed an S word right in front of our face and extracting his life essence, right? And using that life essence, when they use that essence for all kinds of different magical purposes, especially the emotions that come from behind it, because a lot of us get emotional when they do that on TV in front of us. A blood moon resonates with themes of S word, rebirth, and ancestral memory. S word, rebirth, and ancestral memory, right? Boom. As we get further into it, look at that right there. Blood moons reveal hidden truths symbolically. His unaliving could act as a spotlight on the forces, systems, or secrets around him. That's revelation energy, right? Boom. So the universe could be using Charlie as a sacrificial lamb to fulfill her purpose. A lot of y'all don't think about that. Great Mother could have been using Charlie's unaliving, Charlie's death, to show a deeper hidden truth behind Charlie's death. And the gematria fulfillment. The fact that Blood Moon emerges in his gematria suggests his life script was patterned toward this alignment all along. His name encoding his fate. His name encoding his fate. The magical meaning of his death on a blood moon. Charlie Kirk's magical meaning of his death on a blood moon. Number one, it was a sacrificial archetype. The blood moon has long been tied to sacrificial blood. His death on this day could be read as an energetic offering within the collective story. End of a cycle, right? The end of a cycle. Blood moon signifies conclusions. His passing under this sky imprints as the culmination of his role in a larger narrative. Okay, so that's the call of Valhalla. So hold on, what is it? Why did Patel say he will see him? All right. So you got to go look at so Valhalla. That's Thor and the Loki and the Odin ritual. So Valhalla is the place where the Valkyrie take the soldiers who get unalived during battle. So if you're a soldier and you got unalived during battle, the Odin's angels called the Valkyrie will take your soul to the heavens. Odin's angels, who are called the Valkyrie, would take your soul to the heaven of Odin, and that place was called Valhalla. They got a black dude from France that got a song called "Call of Valhalla." Cool song. Go look at it. Go listen to it. Right. So remember, when you're dealing with that cult, you're dealing with people who know and believe that in the Odin and the Loki and the Thor and all of the different ancient Viking, barbarian, Greco, Roman, so on and so forth, different mythologies of their gods spliced from our ancient Timerican, ancient Egyptian Timerican ancestry and our scriptures and our hieroglyphs. Never even heard of Kirk prior, but from what I've seen, dude like talking spicy about black culture. Well, no, I look at it like this. Black people don't like to hear white people speak about black problems, right? Just like white people don't like to hear black people speak about white problems. I'm pretty sure nobody likes to hear nobody speak negatively about them. And when I say negatively about them, I mean Charlie Kirk was one of the white guys that wasn't afraid to voice his opinion about black problems. He'll get there and say, black fathers aren't in the home. This is why black people are doing bad in life. He's not lying. He's not lying. Black fathers are not in the home. This is why young black boys are walking around like Young Thug. Black fathers are not in the home. This is why little boys are walking around like 6ix9ine. This is why these little guys are walking around like this. And they think it's cool to be little Slim Jims with nails and eyeliner and eyelashes and makeup and skirts and purses and sucking dick and getting fucked in their ass. They think that that's fucking cool. They actually think that sucking dick and getting fucked in their ass is all a part of being thugalicious. Mm-hmm. So no, if a white person is able to see that and see, damn, look at the white, look, you almost expect that to see that from a white person. You almost expect that to see that from a white boy, but you don't expect that to see from the tall, dark, and handsome prototype. Pause. Pause, Blake. Pause, Blake. Like men and women don't want to hear advice from each other. Yeah, well, no, it's not that men and women don't want to hear advice from each other. It's that people in general in America, we have been born into this privileged bubble where we think that we are exempt from scrutiny, we are exempt from criticism, we are exempt from accountability, and we are exempt from being blamed or the finger being pointed at us. When we are causing a lot of the world's ills today, America is helping a lot of the world's ills, but on the same token, America is causing a lot of the world ills as well. So we have to be accountable for the ills that we're causing, as well as be given our flowers for the ills that we are curing, because a lot of countries wouldn't even be a country today if it wasn't for us. A lot of countries wouldn't even be able to call themselves a country if it wasn't for our backing, or wasn't for them dealing or trading or buying and selling to and through us. You feel what I'm saying? But at the same time, a lot of countries would not be so second world or third world if we didn't lie, steal, cheat, and do all these unalivings to get to where we are as a world power today. So you gotta see see the balance and to take the good for the bad. But Charlie Kirk, he was destined for this, bro. If you look at it, he was destined for this was his calling. Ready? Boom. Charlie Kirk, English simple, right? Be safe, confirmed. What? So we know that this is in his gematria, y'all. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie, right? But be safe, confirmed, D word. You see that right there. It also says S word coven, SAT, the Swatanic coven. Now, I know for a fact that Charlie knew and Charlie was in and a part of the Swatanic coven. What y'all don't know is that the Swatanic coven has a culture and a ritualistic culture of unaliving their own. Those who are eligible to be brought up on the chopping block to get their head chopped off by the guillotine, those of us who are able to, be eligible, because you can sell your soul to several celebrities, and you start idolizing the celebrity and aligning with the celebrity's frequency, and all of those negative things that are happening to that celebrity will happen to you, and all of those positive things that are happening to that celebrity will also begin to mirror and happen. I talk to a lot of girls who say, wait a minute, Rihanna used to be my idol. There was nothing Rihanna could do that. Rihanna couldn't do no wrong on my eye. I remember I used to just be a Rihanna fanatic, and everything they did was based on Rihanna. And they didn't even know that, hey, when you bought that Fenty, when you bought that product or that service from that particular celebrity, you brought that celebrity's magic and invited that celebrity's magic into your life. So a lot of things that's going on with that celebrity will use your life force that from your consumer purchase. From your consumer purchase, that celebrity will use that life force, or they will use that influence that celebrity has over your life force, and you know they can celebrities' problems can trickle down into your life simply because you idolize them. Simply because you idolize them. The negative things that's happening to Jay-Z can start happening to you. Why you think these things are happening? The things a lot of people who idolize Cardi B and Offset, when Cardi B and Offset started having a friction, a lot of other people started having a friction. Notice how when Cardi B and Offset broke up, how the pattern started happening everywhere. Everywhere, everybody started breaking up and doing this and that, doing this and that, doing that and this. Why? Because it's contagious, man. You gotta watch. You gotta watch who you digest. You gotta watch who you idolize, right? Illustrious career. We know for a fact that Charlie Kirk had an illustrious career. We know for a fact that that illustrious career was just met with an illustrious end. He had an illustrious career, and that was met with an illustrious end. Somebody said facts, right? So be careful who you idolize, man, because their problems can trickle down in your life, and their as well as their rewards can trickle down in your life. So if you're gonna idolize somebody, make sure you idolize somebody who's successful, man. I think sometimes they get unalive if they fall off and people stop checking for them. Well, Charlie Kirk didn't never fall off. Charlie Kirk was hotter than fish grease. Charlie Kirk was hotter than fish grease. So I feel like it was his gematria. I feel like this was pre-planned and preordained in his gematria. This is why all these things add up right now, because it adds up once you start to go back and backtrack, right? He was a loud voice for the Republican Party. He has a loud voice in his gematria. And he also has the chrome word in his gematria. And we all know that that word is forbidden, right? So when you analyze this, man, and you go further into the gematria, you look, Charlie Kirk, he had algorithms. So listen, boom. So now when I seen that, it automatically made me say, so is my algorithm, did my algorithm get rid of Charlie Kirk? That has part to do with it as well. Everything has a little bit of part to do with everything, man. Wait a minute, watch this here. Kirk was not a Christian, right? Well, no Christians are Christians. Christians are not Christians. Christians are devil worshippers, unbeknownst to themselves. I'll say it again. Christians are devil worshippers, unbeknownst to themselves. Christians go to church every Sunday, every Wednesday, Monday, Friday, whatever days that they go to church and they worship the devil every Sunday and they call it God. They literally worship Satan. They don't even know that Yahweh and Saturn are one and the same being. They don't even know that that Chronos and Saturn, Jehovah is. They don't know that Saturn is Jehovah. They don't know that Saturn is Jesus. They don't know that Saturn is Yahweh. They don't know that Saturn is El Shaddai. They don't know that Saturn is Chronos. They don't know that Saturn is Loki. They don't know that Saturn is all of these different masses and all of these different beings. They're just following the programming that their mom and their dad gave them from the programming that the people that raised them gave them. And it's just a feed loop. It's just a feed loop. You feel me? So understanding that most Christians, most Muslims don't know that they bow down 5 times a day and they bump their head on that floor 5 down times a day to Saturn. Allah, they don't know. Most Muslims don't know that Allah is Saturn. The majority of Muslims don't know that Allah is Saturn, but the higher up Muslims know. The ones that been to the ones that's really up there practicing that Muslim magic, they know, they know, they know. Hello, hello, they know. So Charlie Kirk knew. Charlie Kirk knew he could have been up for the chopping block when he joined. You feel me? Charlie Kirk knew he could have been up for the chopping block when he joined. Boom. So Charlie Kirk got algorithm. So maybe it was the algorithm had part of it. But trumpets, boom. So understand, if you go look, September 24th, they say that they didn't do it, but I feel like they really did do it. But on September 24th, they just blew the trumpets. All of the Israeli magicians, all of the Jewish magicians blew the trumpets. But they say that they didn't do it. That's crazy how that's 14 days, 14 days, 2 weeks, 2 sevens after Charlie's expiration, right? But most importantly, Charlie is the underling of Trump. And we know that Trump is the actual trumpets blowing in Revelation, right? Get that, let's get that through our head real quick. Boom. Distraction. It is, yes, it is also distraction. Charlie Kirk was a big distraction. And therefore, Charlie Kirk, the great mother allowed Charlie Kirk's unaliving to be a part of her overall come up, believe it or not. Believe it or not, man. Believe it or not, it was just Charlie Kirk's turn, and Gematria Code says that, right? Freemasons of the Illuminati. Yes, Charlie Kirk was a part of the Freemasons of the Illuminati. The Saturn Time Cube Matrix. Bro, this boy got Saturn Time Cube Matrix. I mean, this is September 10th, 2025. Sorry, this is not Charlie Kirk's Gematria. This is the Gematria of September 10th, 2025. So the Gematria of September 10th, 2025 is algorithm, trumpets, distraction, Freemasons of the Illuminati, the Saturn Time Cube Matrix, UKILLED him because he was gay. Now, was Charlie Kirk a down low brother? And then Magic Secret. So we know that this was, once again, we know that the Charlie Kirk unaliving was a magical S-word ritual being played out right in front of our faces. But we are too blind and too sleep and too caught up in emotions and backyard barbecue to realize and put the points together on the map and put that and put it together, right? We too dense, we too slow to put it together. But if you keep on going, wait a minute, where he was killed at, he was unalived at Utah Valley University. Utah Valley University's Gematria. By the numbers, what? Thrill of the what? Time's up. So time's up. Decode. You are going to what soon? Come on now. Police people will what? Be jealous. Spirited debate. We know that Charlie Kirk was a spirited debater. We know that Charlie Kirk was a spirited debater. Okay? So understand. So the date, his gematria, right? His gematria, along with listen, so this is his gematria. Boom. This is his blood moon gematria. Boom. Right? Or that's not blood moon gematria. Sorry, that's still his gematria. Then this is his September 10th gematria, and then this is his Utah Valley University gematria, because that's what he was doing in the Utah Valley near the mountains. And we know that and I taught y'all that mountain is a what? A Greek god. No, sorry, a mountain is a Roman god. You didn't know that? So when they were talking about that in the Bible, about the faith of a mustard seed could move mountains, that's actually an actual ancient Roman spell. And that ancient Roman spell is about the Roman god called Mountain. Go look it up right now. Roman god named Mountain. So when you say the word mountain itself, and we go to school and we think mountain is just a word. We go to school, we think mountain is just a phrase in the English language. No, we read deeper. We find out that mountain is a god. So we find out that the education system has literally been teaching us to secretly worship Roman and Greco-Roman and Indian and Hindu and all kind of different gods. Think about that. The school system has been secretly programming us to secretly venerate and worship gods. Roman gods. Think about that. Wait a minute. Boom. Candace Owens speaks of peace. And like I told you before, I think they was all in on the Charlie thing. That's crazy. That's crazy. So Tyler Robinson is not suicidal. This is talking about Tyler Robinson. Talking about this is Candace Owens speaking about Charlie Kirk's supposed perpetrator and unaliver, right? So boom. Which is why they have produced nothing other than a blurry image, which Tyler family knows is not him, right? Boom. So this is supposed to be Tyler Robinson's gematria. So Tyler Robinson, this is right. Charlie Robinson Gematria is true Satanist. I'll unalive everyone, and the world is a stage. This is Tyler's Gematria, bro. It's all in the code. Why are we not listening to the code? Remember this here. Charlie Kirk by the numbers. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie, bro. Right? Numbers don't lie, Brody. Numbers don't lie at all, man. You feel me? So keeping that, keep that in mind as we travel down this rabbit hole, bro. Keep that in mind as we travel down this rabbit hole. But Charlie Kirk got a lot of numbers that says, hey, bro, they might have did you. They might have did you dirty, homeboy. They might have just did you dirty. You feel what I'm saying? I believe they did him dirty. Yeah, I'm convinced that they did Charlie Kirk dirty. Uh, you know, hey man, that's what you get when you sell out though. When you sell out and you sell yourself to that occultic mainframe, when you sell yourself and you sell your soul to that occultic mainframe, man, that's the main thing that happens to you. You know what I'm saying? You become food. You become food for the vultures, right? You become food for the vultures. You feel me? You become food for the vultures, man. And that's the one thing that you can't be, man. Uh y'all make sure, y'all get this miracle food and this miracle tea. If you need to cleanse your body, if you need to heal from disease, if you need to have a daily supplement that's going to give you more energy and have you feeling more younger and feeling more vibrant, if you just need a daily if you just need something that's going to daily keep you and prevent you from ever getting sick, this is your best bet.
Miracle Food is the ultimate superfood to elevate your diet. Made with only 3 all-natural ingredients, it's completely allergen-free and works as a powerful detox. Miracle Food helps cleanse the body of toxins, supports weight loss, stabilizes emotional and mental well-being, improves sleep, boosts energy, and promotes disease prevention, among many other benefits. Miracle Tea is our all-natural blend of 9 herbs designed to target a range of health issues. It enhances energy, relieves bloating and constipation, eases pain and swelling, lowers blood pressure, and even treats eczema, liver disease, and bronchitis. Together, Miracle Food and Miracle Tea form a powerful duo known to support the healing of even the most stubborn conditions. From cancer to STDs, kidney stones to the common cold, these products offer an intracellular cleanse that strengthens immune health and promotes total body wellness.
So definitely, man, definitely get that. I had to plug, man. But yeah, man, what y'all thinking about the Charlie Kirk, man? Uh the Snake Eyes movie, he probably an agent from the beginning, a creative player. See, that's the thing y'all don't understand about death cults, man. Y'all so caught up in the conspiracy theory, y'all don't understand the God of. If y'all don't understand the God of the the cult that they're in, then you won't understand how this thing is working, and you just go off of what people talking about when it comes to these conspiracy theories, man. And the number one thing you got to realize is in a death cult, people becoming unalive, people unaliving themselves, and people getting unalive, believe it or not, is actually the culture of their group. Their group participates in that culture of unaliving one another. But remember, snake eyes. Snake eyes is just a term. Why? Because who is the god of the cube that you're rolling with the snake eyes dice? Saturn. Snake eyes mean what? Snake eye mean crap out. Crap out mean what? Death. You lose. Right? Death. You lose. But also we're in the what? The year of the snake. This year is the year of the snake in Chinese zodiac. So in the year of the snake, Charlie Kirk got hit with the snake eyes. And remember, he's the outside of Trump for white folk, he's the next biggest voice outside of Trump. for white people. Don't nobody, can't no, outside of Trump, don't nobody listen to white folks more, listen to a white man more than they listen to Charlie Kirk. You feel me? And we know that Kirk also represents church. Church of what? Satan. And we know that Charles is, a British name, right? So they got all kind of parallels to correlate with this, man. You just got to get it together. You feel me? But I just wanted to bring it to y'all, man. Make sure y'all inquire about the VR timeline shifting daydream experience. Me and Dwayne once again will be in Atlanta. We're probably gonna do it either at my house because my house big enough to do it, or we're probably gonna do it if it's too many people, then we're gonna go do it at another spot that I got, and we're gonna do it there, and y'all will get the VR daydream experience. To give you an idea of what the VR daydream experience looked like, it will be a whole bunch of us in here. Make sure you have your cell phone. Make sure you have your cell phone is up to date. Don't have no raggedy phone, preferably an iPhone, but it don't matter what kind of phone. Make sure you have a cell phone, and make sure you have the ability to make sure your battery is charged. Things of that nature. Everything else will be taken care of by me. The refreshments, the food, the Zaza. All the spacing, all that's provided by us truly. But this is what it looks like. Welcome to the VR Daydream Experience. You trying to time travel to your highest timeline of wealth or what? Are you trying to manifest your greatest timeline? Let's manifest your greatest timeline. It's time for you to get off the hamster wheel. This is how you get off the hamster wheel right here. Only at Chakra Doctor. Y'all already know what it is. Sponsored and sourced by the Church of the Great Grand Holy Mother of all divine. Hustle, grind, execution is what we do in this business. You already know what the business is. You heard me? Yeah, so basically the timeline shifting VR daydream experience, that is literally, man, I told you, that is literally us using time magic to elevate us to our highest and greatest timeline. It is literally how I've been It is literally how I've been causing the Mandela effect. It is literally how I've been. You've been seeing people all over the internet talking about a shift, talking about it felt like we didn't shift timelines. We have. There's this guy over here in Atlanta that's practicing this time magic, and it is shifting the times. So you're going to see a lot of more Mandela effects. You're going to see a lot of more important people get unalive. You're going to see a lot of more obstacles that are in the way of the Great Grand Holy Mother's rise be removed. You will see a lot of gatekeepers no longer be able to gatekeep. You will see a lot of people who are thought leaders, no longer be the leaders of thought. You will see a lot of people who are leaders of fashion no longer being the leaders of fashion. You're going to see a changing of the guard so swift, so quick, so unprecedented, and so dramatic. You're gonna you're gonna do nothing but have to say, God damn, something is going on. I gotta pay attention more. Like I told you, the big ultimate boom, when you know that the Great Grand Holy Mother has made her statement, is when you see that moon, no more. That's when you really know the Great Mother has made her statement. The moon gonna be gone. And you be like, what happened to the moon? And everybody gonna have to stop and rethink life because the moon just left right in front of their face. Now what y'all gonna do? Since y'all been hooked on lunacy y'all whole life, and y'all been Saint lunatics y'all whole life. What's gonna happen when the actual cause or the root of your lunacy and your lunaticishness, if that's even a word, and your lunaticness, is that even a word? What you gonna do about that once the moon is gone? All of my moon children. The moon, the moon, the moon, the moon. Y'all never wonder why when you go in Gematria? No, y'all never wonder why when you go in astrology, Earth is never one of the planets of the astrology. You got Mercury, you got Venus, you got Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, Chiron. You even got Pallas. You even got Ceres. But they don't have Earth in the procession. You never wonder why. Oh, because Earth is your viewpoint. Just because Earth is your viewpoint don't mean it doesn't have any influence over your zodiacal chart. right? Nah, the reason why they don't do that because the moon hijacked the Earth. The moon has the Earth has been hijacked by the moon. The Earth has been hijacked by the moon. Is the moon a satellite? The moon is more than a satellite. It's a satellite slash hacking program. The moon is a satellite slash hacking program. On one end, it's a satellite projecting the will of Set. Then on the other end, it's a hacking program able to input itself into the mainframe of the Great Mother and falsely pose as her nature. Falsely pose as her nature. Great Mother, the Great Grand Holy Mother of all divine, doesn't have phases. She is one continuous rabbit hole. You feel me? But yeah, that's gonna be a big old event that happened when the moon is no longer with us. That's gonna be that is called a catastrophic or a cataclysmic event. That's what that's called. Catastrophic or cataclysmic event. So when the moon is no more, you feel me? But yeah, man, what's been going on in the world, man? Y'all, like I told you before, Young Thug he just going too crazy with the ritual. You know, first he was in jail and he unalived Key and he unalived his sister. So while he was in jail, Key got unalived, his sister got unalived. Then after that, I think 3 people got unalived from his camp while he was in jail. Boom. Then after that, after he went to jail, boom, he came home wearing the mask of shame. After Young Thug went to jail, he came home wearing the mask of shame. Everywhere he went, he had to be and had to wear the mask, the mask of shame. Why? Because of the shame that he brought upon himself through selling his soul and sacrificing his family members, right? And his close people that he loved, right? Then after that, he came home on that dumb stuff, trying to promote street culture through the no snitching campaign and trying to make everybody turn against Gunna on some no snitching stuff when people not even on that frequency no more. People don't even care about that. People care about what kind of music that you putting out. People care about what kind of album you gonna put out. You feel me? So then bam after that, he did one little song with Future and them and Future and Lil Baby and this, that, and third, but he really get hard on the music. Then on top of that, boom. Now he gets outed, and this is part of humiliation ritual. He gets humiliated and comes out. Now he's a rat, and he goes on this apology tour, and he's apologizing to everybody in the song. And then on top of that, now look at all this to lead up to the promotion of an album that was whack. Then after that, he finally drops the album, and when he drops, after he gets outed as a rat, he goes on podcast after podcast, and he's talking more than we ever heard Young Thug talking his whole entire career. We've never heard Young Thug talk this much in his whole entire career, and all of a sudden now he has a mouth that can't be closed and words that he can't shut his words off. He just gotta speak, gotta talk, and he's going through all these hoops and hurdles, and then on top of that, oh, hey, let me just drop me an album, drop me a project, and on the cover of the album, I'm gonna be a white person. And then on the album, I'm gonna have a song where I drop the hard R nigger 16 times in the song. And then after that, the album is gonna be lackluster. And and you think that we're gonna forget? You think that we're gonna forget that you just made a fool of yourself in front of the nation, in front of nationwide TV? You think you just get a pass for the lack of authenticity? That was a lack of authenticity, Young Thug. It ain't got nothing about to do rap. It ain't got nothing about to do with none of that. Why is you capping and why is you capping and why is you doing all of this talking about things that ain't got nothing to do with the music, man? Get to the music. Make some music, brother. And then, I said, but think about it. Drake is a Jew. His mother is Caucasian. Drake is not a person that came pretending that that came in there talking about he was a blood and he'll get you unalive and all of this. Drake trying to be down with that, but Drake is not that. And Drake is part. Drake did the whole whiteface ritual. Remember the whiteface ritual Drake did? Drake put on blackface. Sorry, not whiteface. Drake put on blackface and did the blackface clown ritual. Justin Bieber did the racist ritual. When he said the one less lonely N-word, one less lonely N-word, Eminem did the racist ritual. All of the white folks do some kind of racist ritual to get into that club. All of them. And so not only he degraded his manhood by perpetrating homosexuality, he degraded his manhood by perpetrating snitching and downing snitching, but turned out to be a snitch himself. And then he sounded like a female, rapping to niggas on songs talking about how he's sorry. And then he sounded like a hater going on songs talking about who ratted, who did him this and that. Then he sounded like just a complete lost child in the head, going on all these different podcasts, talking about stuff that we don't even care about no more, Young Thug. Where's the music at? And then you won't finally drop an album and the album be you on the cover of the album looking like a white dude, and you as a white dude dropping the hard R N-word in the songs, in the intro of the album, and the album is lackluster. It don't even make no sense. Why Scooty? I'm on a scale of 1 to 10. I will give Why Scooty a 4. 4 or 5, depending on your trend. I'm gonna give the beats. Only reason why I get a 4 or 5 is because of the beats. The beats, I'm gonna give the beats on Why Scooty 10. I'm gonna give the lyrics and the musicality and the creativeness and the flow, I'm gonna give them shits a 1.5. All of them, 1.5. I didn't like the way he flowed. I don't like the new deep Young Thug voice. I don't like that. I don't like his new subject matter. You need to start getting back high again, but you can't get high again because you're gonna go do 50 million years in jail, huh? But you need to find a way to start getting back high again, Young Thug, because that music you made when you was high, way better than the music that you're making right now. As a matter of fact, you focus more on the music when you was high than you do right now. Now you on some other shit. I don't know which other stuff on. You need to go find you some Percocets that don't pop up on the drug test. You need to go find you some lean that don't come up on the drug test. You need to find a way to get you some lean. Go get you that other lean. That lean, that lean they be selling, that other lean, man. I forgot it, the legal lean they be selling. Go get you some of that or something. But whatever the fuck you do, man, stay off them podcasts, stay off them interviews, stay off these motherfucking people's camera. Get to the music, show everybody and blitz the game with the music. But it's probably too late for you now, bro. You done made such a fool of yourself. Why Scooty? Why should we? Why should we fuck with Why Scooty? That's what it is. You feel what I'm saying? But for the most part, yeah, man, the hip hop industry is falling. Hollywood is falling. All of the old power structures that kept us enslaved and oppressed are falling. So what are we going to do? We're going to do the next best thing. We are going to put our creativeness, put our ingenuity, put our logos together. And when we do that, we're going to create a new world, a new heaven on earth. From the ashes, a phoenix of divinity will rise. And that phoenix of divinity will be freedom for the human mind, freedom for the human soul, freedom for the human body, freedom for the human emotions, control of the human emotions, most definitely control and self-control of the human emotions, not some outside control. So, yeah, man, any questions, cares, or concerns, y'all already know where to hit me up at, man. It was wonderful talking to y'all. I'm going to get on before I can spit on. Deuces, peace, love you.
Chakra Doctor, High Magus of Church of the Great Grand Holy Mother of All Divine, also known as GGHMOAD, author of the Black Cube Codex. He is the creator of FCA Yoga, the creator of the algorithm God's magical system, spiritual guru and master healer. Chakra Doctor is the multidimensional force behind FCA Yoga, a 29-chakra regeneration system birthed in 2008 and officially introduced as a yoga practice in 2015. His system is the first and only yoga in history brought to the world by a Black man, fusing spiritual discipline with quantum biology, emotional healing, particle restoration, and divine remembrance. After surviving brutal childhood abuse, drug addiction, homelessness, incarceration, and near-death suicide attempts, Chakra Doctor transmuted trauma into transformation. From working garbage trucks to activating global movements, he has helped over 25,000 people physically, emotionally, and spiritually rebuild themselves from the inside out. With no pharmaceuticals, no degrees, and no compromise. He is the founder of the Church of the Great Grand Holy Mother of All Divine, GGHMOAD, a legally recognized sovereign religious institution dedicated to infinite love, eternal truth, and the reawakening of the sacred feminine through the acknowledgement and service to the Great Mother. GGHMOAD is the umbrella spiritual authority, while Chakra Doctor Inc. is its sacred economic arm. Both were birthed through FCA Yoga, which remains the fountainhead of every modality within his empire, the modalities. FCA Yoga, Full Chakra Activation Yoga, a regenerative cellular system based on stillness, visualization, breath, and magic. Superfood Oil and Tea Detox, the holistic embodiment of FCA Yoga. The Algorithm God's Magical System, FCA Yoga in magical algorithmic form, comprising over 250 divine algorithm books. The Affirmation Bible, FCA Yoga in autosuggestion form, a sacred daily ritual of mental alchemy. The Chakra Doctor Raw Meal Plan, nutritional healing to fuel all of the above. He is the author of hundreds of sacred texts, including the Black Cube Codex, Eden's Garden Raw Recipes, Vaccine Exemption Forms, the Algorithm Gods Library, and the Affirmation Bible. These sacred works form the spiritual doctrine of GGHMOAD and are backed by over 250 books of original literature. As a high magus, global healer, and minister of algorithms, Chakra Doctor has led mass meditations, performed spiritual healing on celebrities, spoken to crowds of over 300 plus, and created religious exemption documents that have protected countless families. His teachings span astrology, sovereignty, light code activation, divine law, and chakra mastery, all delivered through a modern prophetic lens rooted in the source wisdom of the GGHMOAD. Signature quote: FCA Yoga is the only yoga system on earth that has been brought to you by a Black man. 5-year vision to make GGHMOAD and its divine systems household names, leading the globe in health and wellness, self-improvement, spiritual sovereignty, magical science, and as the #1 authority on the Great Mother. Chakra Doctor is a global frequency, a healing code, and a divine brand that changes lives.